they say they can't hear you or coma, they hear you when people are in those conditions. I had more than one experience like that. This one young guy, he was in a coma too. They said he's out of it. Can't hear, sound, nothing. I talked about salvation, about Jesus. Pretty soon tears was coming out of his eyes too. It's just a good experience, and to see what God can do, you know. And I just had a lot of experiences like that. And I told Alice, I can't get people. We were having church in a living room. So we can't get people to church, so I get out to their houses. You know, the service where the people I work for, there's a father and two sons. And they knew what I was doing. Because if I was doing it, if I spent like an hour or two after work and so forth in somebody's house, well, in the country, whatever, talking about the Lord, I made sure I worked extra time for him too. And but that was my church, was out there in the countries. And I was putting in a space heater, oil space heater, and it was upstairs in an apartment like, and an older couple, and of course, space oil space heater, you gotta let them burn for a while. They check the draft and everything, and then they had to sign papers afterwards. So I went over there, and both of them were sitting there, and I'm thinking, they're old enough, I may never see them again. And it says, Lord, I need your help here. They signed the papers, and I says, you folks, you came up there in years, right? And they said, yeah. And they said, have you ever accepted Christ as your Savior? And they said, no. I said, would you like to do that? To make sure that when something happens, you'll go to heaven instead of, you know. And they said, okay. So they prayed with me for salvation. And I looked in the paper, the local paper, that man died 1 week later.
Wow, come on.
And the wife died a week after that.
Wow. Man, wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
So it got to a place so that I really didn't care if they reject me or not. I think they're rejecting Jesus, not me. You know, if I can make it interested enough, and I needed God's help for that, you know. So it's just not me telling a story, but the life of Christ. And that, to me, that was a good ministry. Every Christian needs to be a soul winner.